In this video, we're going to be covering everything in the Rogue Company Season 2 update. What's going on, guys? It's your boy YGXZ here, and if this is the first time you've seen my channel and in my videos, I make gaming-related content trying to bring a positivity to you. And today we're doing a kind of a new bit of style of video. I figured I'd try this out because I've been playing it for a little bit, and I wanted to test the waters of it and see how it goes. So we're going to be covering the patch notes for the new update for Season 2 of Rogue Company. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to give a video a like. If you think I'm doing a good job and all that, then be sure to do all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's get right into the content.
Well, I'm gonna need a lift.
So starting off first at the top of the patch notes here, we have the new rogue Switchblade. Her description reads, from a young age, Switchblade's been on the run and doesn't know why. Everyone she gets close to ends up dead. Signing up with Rogue Company is a temporary thing, as the director promised her if she joined, the team would find out who made her life a living hell. Switchblade doesn't believe in promises, but it feels nice to pretend that she does. And if you haven't seen a little like teaser trailer they came out for a couple, like yesterday or a couple days ago, it was actually pretty solid. We get to see her character model, we get to see what is going to be in her kit possibly, and you know, she's got that nice, like, you know, goth edgy look to her. So you know, a lot of the, you know, she fits a certain aesthetic that certain people's gonna like. But let's get into the real juicy stuff, her actual kit. So her primary is going to be the MLX Mark IV. Yes, the MLX Mark IV is an assault rifle. Her backup assault rifle, her other assault rifle, is the the 24S, which is an SMG. She has the Spitfire pistol, which seems to be like an automatic machine pistol. Her melee weapon is a baseball bat. Her two gadgets are the bounce grenade, which the description reads, a grenade that starts its fuse when bouncing off walls, and the flashbang, of course, a grenade that temporarily blinds enemies within this blast radius. Coming up here on the perks that she has Berserker, Toughen Up, Bounce Back, Tenacity, Life Drain, and Replenish. Her ultimate ability is Chaos Launcher. You equip a launcher that fires a napalm warhead. On impact, the warhead deals damage and releases a cluster of napalm in the area. Now, I've seen this in action, and it's actually pretty good. If I could compare it to anything in my like slight time playing, I could compare it to like Dima's like ultimate, where he launches the like grenade clusters. It kind of works like that, but it also deals like fire damage and stuff too. So it's a pretty hefty ult, and it can wipe out an entire team if you're not careful. So be careful of that. And then her passive ability is Fight and Flight. Gain increased movement speed after using your abilities and or gadgets. So that's Switchblade so far. Seeing her in action, I haven't been a player myself, but she seems like a really strong character right out of the gate. She's got some nice weapons. Her kit is good. Her gadgets are good. I'm not too knowledgeable on the perks right now, so excuse me for that. Good. She's a really strong pickup right now. If you got the chance to grab her, go ahead and grab her. I highly recommend it. She's a good character. Moving on, next we have new core modes. So we have 6v6 King of the Hill. Description reads, King of the Hill has proven extremely popular with the community, and as a result, we believe it should become one of our core modes. While not as popular as other modes, we still love Extraction, and even though 6v6 King of the Hill will replace it, look for it in the limited time mode in the future. And then the description for King of the Hill reads, each round lasts 5 minutes. Each second on the hill grants you points, but you must remain within the area. The hill moves to a different location every 75 seconds, so that's approximately a minute and 15 seconds. And the first team to score 150 or the team with the most points when the time expired wins. They also have a sudden death mode, where sudden death occurs if the losing team is on the hill when the match timer runs out, and the game continues until every member on the team has been removed from the hill, which is actually a pretty solid way to keep the game going. If you're like a little bit behind or kind of a little ways behind, you can stay on, because if you got the coordination, you can really bring it back in sudden death if you really got it. Then moving on to the next portion of the article here, we have the Arms Dealer Season 2, and the description reads, the Arms Dealer event is back and better than ever. Complete mission, earn credits, and exchange them for shipments with unique rewards. Players will begin by selecting a mission from the list available. Once a player completes it, they will receive credits that can be exchanged for shipments. Any unspent credits at the end of the event will be exchanged for reputation. Only one mission can be active at a given time. However, progress will not reset if a player switches between them, and progress is earned through any available game mode. Then they talk about the difference between standard missions and exclusive missions. For standard missions, shipments unlock additional standard missions, and standard missions are repeatable. For exclusive missions, these missions are unlocked for 500 Roadbucks. That's about $5 US. Exclusive missions offer great rewards, and these missions may only be completed one time. And as far as the rewards go, there are 2 types of shipments. Standard shipments can be purchased with credits. There are 8 available in total. And the special reserve shipments, these will unlock all other shipments that have been purchased. You'll see some things like banners, pictures, skins, emotes, you know the works, the usual. You'll get some new items for you and your bling, so you can bling it out. You can stun on people while you playing. After that, they go to talk about AFK and leave backfill functionality. So if you haven't been familiar with Rogue Company, or you just haven't played in a while, this game has a really bad problem with people going AFK and people leaving. I've been playing for like the past 3 days now, and I can say for certainty within almost every other game, either someone goes AFK or someone leaves. And it's really hard, especially for them 4v4 game modes, which is the majority of the game. If someone leaves, it's a lot harder on you and your team, and they don't fill anyone in, so it just makes the experience more unbearable. So with that, they go on to say, we will be starting phase 1 of our efforts to address the AFK and leaver problem with the Switchblade update. During phase 1, when a player deserts a match due to being AFK or quitting early, they will be replaced by a bot. The bot's difficulty will scale based on the skill of players inside the match to ensure a quality experience. If the deserter reconnects to the match, they will be replaced by a bot. Then moving on here, they say phase 2 is a larger effort, but we're excited to share that we're working on the player backfill system. We will have more details on this shortly. So what I get from this is that they're going to start first off by just, if someone leaves or they quit, they're going to again fill that player spot with a bot. The bot difficulty scaling, that can go one of 2 ways, because some games have bots where the hard bots are really hard, but then they have bots that are super like brain dead. So I wonder how the bot difficulty scaling is going to be. And they also say if the deserter reconnects to the match, they will replace the bot. So that's also a good thing, because if they even say someone just lags out or they DC and they want to come back, they have that opportunity to come back. But while they're gone, you don't just have a missing player, so that's good. And I'm excited to see what phase 2 is about, but it looks like it's pretty much going to be a system where if someone dips out, they might have someone else who's queuing up come back in. That's what at least player backfill system sounds like to me. You let me know in the comments down below what you think it's about. Then moving on to the next portion of the patch notes, we have weapons. First off, under the general section, they say players can now use gadgets on zip lines, which seems nice. It seems like there's something that you should be able to do anyway, so why not? Moving on to the assault rifles here, we have first up the HRM 30KS, headshot damage being increased from 40 to 42. Then moving on to the Nightshade, we have body damage being increased from 17 to 18. Then moving on to the DMR section of the list, we have the Mamba. Their headshot damage is being increased from 24 to 25. The body damage increased from 15 to 16. And for the MXR, the fire rate is being increased from 4.65 to 4.88, which actually seems pretty sizable. So then moving on to the pistols, the A3 Salvo, the fire rate is being increased from 7.14 to 7.69. The headshot damage is being increased from 46 to 48. And the body shot damage is being increased from 38 to 40. Then moving on for the LW6 revolver, the only thing it gets is the fire rates being increased from 2.18 to 3.03. Okay, so moving on next to the S12 Tactical, the fire rate is increased from 2.63 to 3.0. Now, when I say fire rate increased, I'm pretty sure that's actually kind of like a nerf. That fire rate increase always sort of gets me, because does it mean it's faster or slower? I think that means it's slower, but I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm just being retarded or not. Just let me know. The Striker 8x10, it fixed an issue where the weapon was less accurate when aiming, so that seems like a great fix. Haven't experienced that too much myself. For SMGs, the 24S, body damage increased from 15 to 16, and level 3 upgrade now additionally reduces the recoil. Then moving on to sniper rifles, the LR15 full body, the level 3 upgrade now increases headshot damage to 175. Don't know the previous rate, don't ask me. And then the tier fixed an issue where the player would reload after shooting, and the level 3 upgrade now increases headshot damage to 200. And guys, let me know if I'm dragging this out too long, if you want me to skim over it, if you want me to read everything. Let me know in the comments down below what you think I should do, because I'm just trying to inform you guys on what's what, and I don't want to drag everything out by reading every little bit of detail, but it's my first time doing this, so just let me know. That's going to be it for the weapons though. Moving on to the rogue section. First off, we have Chalk. Chalk now has the Berserker instead of Cloaked perk, and the description for this said, a major request from the community was for Chalk to have access to the Berserker perk. We agree with the community sentiment and have made the change. So that seems like a good thing to me. Moving on to Dima, it says that Dima's Merv launcher fuse reduced from 1.8 to 1.5 seconds and now has the Stalker instead of Nimble Hands perk. The description for him reads, sadly Dima is underperforming. We've seen that Dima's Merv launcher is easy for players to avoid and Nimble Hands is rarely purchased on him. With that said, we've decided to reduce the fuse timer on the Merv launcher and Dima will now have access to Stalker. A little saddening to see that Dima's underperforming because he seems like a very good character, but hopefully this buff should help him out a little bit. Then moving on next to Fixer. Fixer now has Replenish instead of Headstrong, and the description for him reads, we wanted to lean into the playmaking potential of Fixer's kit by giving him Replenish. This was a wonderful community request that will reward Fixer for hitting headshots with the tier. So it sounds like a nice community list. It sounds like they're really listening to the community and really implementing changes. So if you guys really want something done, hit them boys up so you can talk to them and let them know what's going on. Then moving on to Kestrel, Kestrel now's bonus cash passes is being reduced from 1,000 to 500. And the description says there isn't a major difference between having an okay game with Kestrel and having a great game due to her passive ability. Kestrel was able to freely buy any and sometimes all items from the item shop. We will reduce the amount of bonus cash you receive to combat this issue. So not really a crazy nerf, but still a nerf at that. Then moving on to Lancer. Lancer's quick and quiet ability duration will now be increased from 10 to 14 seconds. And the description for her reads, Lancer is designed to be a rogue who excels at breaking positional timers and flanking the enemy team. Unfortunately, Lancer is having a hard time executing flanks and demolition. By increasing the time she has in her ability, Lancer is also able to cover more ground. Then moving on to Ronin. Ronin's passive ability Underground is changed from hidden on the enemy's minimap to immune to reveal an enemy radar detection. And the description for her reads, since the release of Rogue Company, Ronin's passive has always been viewed as weaker than the rest of the lineup. We've decided to lean into the ethos of her passive ability and making her immune to reveals as well as enemy radar detection. Then moving on to Seeker. Seeker's arrow recharge rate decreased from 45 to 40 seconds. His reveal radius increased from 7.5 to 8 meters. And his ricochet passive ability damage increased from 60% to 70%. And his description reads, Seeker will be receiving a couple of buffs to increase his overall desirability and allow him to compete in Respawn's game modes. We've decided to reduce the cooldowns of his abilities while simultaneously increasing the reveal radius of his arrow. We've also increased his passive ability to provide more bonus damage to ensure the arrow will down enemies with armor. Moving on to our last two rogues here, we have Talon. They changed his radar dart ability. His radar dart ability range has been increased from 20 to 23 meters, and it says this buff allows Talons to have better visibility over a lot of key choke points throughout our maps. And then finally with Trench's barbed wire has been changed from create a field of barbed wire that slows enemies to create a field of barbed wire that damages and slows enemies. This means it deals 5 damage every 0.25 seconds when an enemy is standing in it. And his description reads, since the dawn of time, Rogue Company players have wanted Trench's barbed wire to deal damage. After much deliberation and testing, we finally agreed to it all. And from what I've been hearing, I'm hearing it's a very welcome change. He's very strong in that regard. So a welcome change as is. And outside of that, if you want to really dive deep into those bug fixes and some of those other small details, you can find out all this information at the Rogue Company patch notes update that I'll probably link down in the description if I'm not lazy. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the season 2 update patch notes. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of the patch notes? What do you think of some of the things we talked about? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are you standing in the middle? Let me know where you're at. And if you want me to keep doing Rogue Company videos and you just want more gameplay videos from me or things like that, then be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down below, as I would really appreciate it. It's been your boy YDXTJ, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.